And if I want to talk about trending stuff, I think I should really stay in my lane and my field of expertise. And ultimately, at the end of the day, I want to get back to content that I think ultimately provides more positivity in the world rather than regurgitating pointless, meaningless drama, which does well in the short term, but is not good for your... You know, I've kind of went into this almost late-stage capitalist mindset. You know, one of the things is, obviously, I would say that I cover a lot of trending stuff. And in some cases, I definitely have probably fell into, like, the over-coverage of, like, you know, internet dramas, things of that
nature. Segment for the night. The YouTuber Harmful Opinions, who reported on Mutahar over his false engineering claims, says the Canadian Enforcement Office will not punish Mutahar. Listen, I'm not going to bash every single person who said that this was going to be, because this very well could have gone the other way. I don't know anything about Canadian law, but when I was watching Nick Andros' video, the first thing that came out of my mouth was, I don't care. I don't care about the legality of it. I have no idea what's going to happen. He could get fined. He could get arrested. It doesn't really affect my morality, and I don't think it's a really particularly strong argument in a video that is such an easy slam dunk. What it was an overcommitment, something that's very common, I guess, in YouTube drama right now. And my chat did not like that answer because everything Mutahar does is objectively bad and he is ontologically evil, and there is no nuance to this conversation. Yeah, again, this isn't a Mutahar-centric issue. I do think that, like, I have vocally been against doing, like, the legality in favor of morality and tying these arguments together in a pretty little bow, because I used to do this, and I thought it was really stupid, looking back on that content. And I don't need to justify... And again, Destiny is the perfect person to be involved in this segment that we're about to cover with Brad, because it's like, yeah, I think that a lot of people look to legality when they can't come to a conclusion about the morality of a situation, and that doesn't necessarily track.
Yeah. The thing is with, like, the legality arguments, if I sit here and I case everything in law, then I'm, like, no better than Not So Erudite. Because Not So Erudite's entire moral compass is based off what is and what isn't illegal, because that's her move that she'll make to leave, right? I want people to realize that this is bad, whether it leads to a conviction or not. This is a behavior that is unacceptable, whether or not a court finds this person to be guilty of any one specific crime. The action in and of itself is bad enough. It should be condemned. Again, even if he doesn't go to jail, even if he doesn't go on the sex offender registry, even if he doesn't even get charged, I don't care. It doesn't affect me. I'm making a moral judgment based off of what's here. If all that other stuff happens, whatever, okay. But I don't understand why people are using their morality and they're subbing in legality to make the argument for them, because they're too much of a coward to just admit that what happened was bad enough and they shouldn't be defending it. It's pathetic. I don't care if what Mutahar did broke a niche Canadian law. I care that he lied about his credentials for a decade. And I think that most people would have been satisfied with that. But what you do when you kind of overextend is you give Mutahar the opportunity to dismiss everything as false, and there was a witch hunt, and they contacted the Ontario Commission or whatever. This isn't supposed to sound scathing. It's just kind of me complaining about the way that chat engages with these topics, less so the YouTubers. But yeah, I don't care if he broke a niche Canadian law, and I don't care if he gets fined for it. I care that he did it, and he said that he did it, and that's bad. So yeah, again, I got like a lot of shit over this. People are arguing with me in my chat. They're like, you're not taking this seriously or whatever. And it's just like, well, hey. I have the video up here, and Nick Andros covered it. And again, good for Nick Andros, good for Harmful Opinions. When these guys get shit wrong, they're the first ones to tell you, right? Damn it.
You claim to care about
I saw that one coming. I had that one.
Welcome, I'm Nick Andros. If you've seen my video, Mutahar's been a fake engineer for 10 years, you probably walked away with the conclusion that he's been claiming to be all different kinds of engineer based on computer work he did in high school. All of that is true. He has presented himself as an engineer on his channel dozens of times, but on his live streams and podcasts, which not all of his main audience
Thank you for hitting the goal, by the way.
He has admitted to being a dropout, that he hasn't been an engineer in years or eons, but he was still presenting himself as an engineer in the present tense, giving the false impression.
So yeah, what we got here, Mutahar came out, admitted that he lied about being an engineer. We've covered this in like 4 videos now. I think everyone is kind of up to date. If you're still saying, this is a nothing burger, why do we care if he lied about being an engineer? At this point, and maybe it's because I'm sick, maybe it's because I'm just tired of explaining it to you, I think you're kind of a lost cause. I recommend you watch other coverage. I don't think you will. But I think it's been like thoroughly documented that this is not like a specific out of the blue targeting of Mutahar, and is a pretty large piece when looking at like an overall timeline of this guy being a complete flake.
That I'm not a lawyer or a Canadian. I'm just
really
a guy
like
who looks stuff up
Why?
online, and based on what I've read,
Like, if you can't figure out after like a year of coming in my chat asking why we're going after Mutahar, like right now in current day, I mean, at this point, I'm just pointing you to the playlist in the description. I don't know if I can sit here and run through a retread for 30 minutes every time to explain every individual thing again.
it's actually illegal to call yourself an engineer if you are not a licensed engineer. In a later part of the video, I made the same claim without actually couching it. At least Pirate Software's lies didn't break the law. But then
So what Nicandros is saying is he cased it pretty well, and he gave it, I guess, the nuance it deserved in his video. And at one other point, he kind of seemingly said it with confidence and then walked it back later. Ultimately, he believes, and I think most people do as well, that it contributed to the spread of misinformation, even if not intended.
because using professional engineering titles such as computer engineer was a title violation. Harmful Opinions got sick of this.
Now, Harmful Opinions went and reported him, which I thought was an overreach. His intention wasn't to like, oh, let's try to get Mutahar the biggest possible shit and get him in trouble. It was like everybody is debating on the legality thing, which is kind of my problem with it. Let's just find out if it's really illegal. And they said it's not. Long story short, I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm not going to let fucking Nicandros read the whole thing because I think it's a waste of our time. But ultimately, they kind of turned around and said it would be illegal if he said that he's an engineer in Ontario. That is how you say Ontario, by the way, in Ontario, right? But he wasn't. He was saying that he's a software engineer, a computer engineer. And it would play into it if he tried to claim credentials of that specific jurisdiction. So because he didn't do that, they closed the matter. And also they mentioned specifically here that Mutahar has issued an apology. So they think that at that point kind of satisfies it, and they're closing the case, which makes sense. I think this is like a good lesson to learn for a lot of people who read these TOS things and think, oh, okay, I have like mangled this into what I need it to be, so you have violated TOS. Or like, hey, I know nothing about the law and I can't really find a law tuber to even look at this. Or so, I mean, some cases law tubers just get everything wrong anyway. But like, I'm reading this and it sounds like it violates the law, therefore it must violate the law. This is probably like a good metric to view these situations through, because if you look at that law, it kind of looks like Mutahar did something illegal, and then you reach out to the governing body that decides it or it investigates it and comes to conclusions about it, and they're like, no, this is not actually what we meant. We need you to like say that you're an Ontario software engineer, right? And then at that point they'll look to like serve a fine. Right? So I think there's a good lesson to be had here, for fucking sure. My buddy Nick Ricada has told me. Ontario. It's a very specific law. But clearly it's so specific. But hold on. It's a very specific law, yes. But it's not so specific where you can just read
the
it.
name of the
because
guy
they got it wrong.
Keemstar Orbiter?
You know?
Nick Oreo.
Thank you so much, Lil
Mr.
Panda.
Oreo.
So yeah, that's the. I think the rest of this is just promotion for new videos coming out. A bit of the accounting guy that we checked out in a previous stream. His video is pretty good on the Carl and Mutahar coverage with Gerard the Completionist. But yeah, so that's kind of the end of that story for now, I guess. I think Nicandros is still making his big Mutahar video. This was supposed to be the appetizer, and as you can look at his YouTube channel, it very much did not do appetizer numbers. It was like the whole entree. So I'm interested to see what he comes with next. I noticed that him and Harmful have had to kind of issue these like apology videos. I mean, at this point, I think there's so much stuff to talk about with Mutahar. Is it really worth taking excessive risks to kind of give this guy a lot of room to claw back from? That's how you get Mama Max, right? Mama Max comes back because you make bad claim. I don't like how every time a YouTuber goes down, they relitigate the past and they find new reasons to go like bad YouTubers again. But yeah, I don't know. It's just me. Maybe you guys, do you not like that? I don't like that. Do you like that? Not a huge fan of when that happens. But yeah, Mutahar's lie was legal, but that's not the point. Should have been the title. Why? I don't think that Nick Andros felt the need to cope. Do you think he needed to cope? I think that looks inherently worse. Like, you sound like you're more offended. I think that saying Mutahar's engineer lie was legal is like a totally apt descriptor. It doesn't have to, he doesn't have to start the video and sound super defensive being like, hey guys, listen, I was wrong, but I'm actually super right. And I'm actually, it's still bad, guys. It's still bad. It sounds like Carl's response. Yeah. You know what I mean? It just sounds like you don't have to be like, you could just say your piece and then move on. It's cool that we're so used to the Carl Jobstein responses. The fuck? All right, we'll cover it, but Mutahar just uploaded a Brad video. It appears to be a 14-minute from the heart OBS recording. I will be downloading it right now. Oh man, dude, hold on. All right, boys and gals, me Mutahar here, closing the group tabs, boys, the group tabs, because Mutahar has just dropped a brand new, boy, me Mutahar here. It's fucking 12 o'clock at night. I'm sleepy, and Mutahar just tried to beat out the live stream right now. Didn't want us to talk about this, so we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna hear what he has to say. I would be shocked if this isn't about what we're thinking it is. Now, my question to you is he gonna take the Nick Andros clip that we saw earlier and be like, all right, boys and gals, so I did not do anything illegal? Is he gonna lock into that? Is he gonna completely deflect and this has nothing to do with them? We'll just abruptly end stream without saying anything? Or is he gonna just go into everything? Let's see. No spoilers. Going in. Who boy, him Mutahar. Dark room, no red background. What the fuck?
Hello, guys and gals. Me, Mutahar, and ladies and gentlemen, I got some late night thoughts. You ever try to fall asleep and insomnia kind of flashbangs you?
Oh man, please, 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 God. Is it about YouTube ID?
And you're just completely awake? Well, that's where we're at. Thank God, no sleep paralysis. Now, I wanted to kind of talk about some stuff here. I just wanted to like kind of talk with the community, if you will, talk with the people watching.
Dude, at this point, it could go any way. It could go any way. We should do live betting odds if this has nothing to do with the drama.
I usually hate these kind of videos because, generally speaking...
Yeah, because this Brad tasted response video strategy doesn't really work. I get it.
I should just upload and move on and...
Oh, no. Oh, no, dude. Oh no!
Kind of videos because generally speaking, I should just upload and move on and sort of like do my stuff. But I was watching some older videos of mine, and to be fair with you, it's sometimes ideal to just kind of course correct a little bit. Now, one thing I want to start off by saying is, people on the internet have burnout, and to an extent,
Okay, it looks like we're... Okay, wait, hold on. It's not about that. It's not about that. It's not about that. Dude, this guy is weaving me right now. Okay, wait, maybe this isn't it.
I would say that there is some level of burnout that occurs. And it's not just because, I upload, videos around daily. Something that,
sometimes you just gotta slam lolicon in the thumbnail, right?
I've kind of been doing, and I'm sure some people have noted for the last...
That's Nux's burnout. I don't think this is it. I'm not sold that this is gonna be a fucking response video.
That's couple years is that obviously the content that I've made is not so much diversified. I was watching videos from 2019, 2020, and some of them were wild, okay? You got videos as old as Weeaboo's Screamer Cringe where the Muta laugh meme came out of. And then I was watching videos where apparently I was playing obscure Japanese PS2 games about bomb defusals. And one of the reasons why I'm making this video is my internet just died. I think some drunk asshole ran into a data center.
It's literally just a random rant video. I am shocked. It's not the drama. It's not going to be the drama. We're not getting anything here.
And completely destroyed the internet, okay? I am loading pictures slower than the AOL.
He seems fucking delusional.
Dial-up days, which by the way...
What is he talking about?
...is dying. So the thing about it is I played, an old PS2 game. I played some Grand Theft Auto, obscure Brazilian trash on the PS2. And I had a pretty good damn time doing it. Now, the thing
By the way, it's funny because this is literally the same quality of an average Mutahar video.
about like YouTube is
Like he's engineered this perfectly.
one of the things that I kind of have noticed that I've done for the last 12, I would say 24 months even, right, is, I've kind of went into this almost late stage capitalist mindset.
What? Wait, what are you talking about?
One of the things is, obviously, I would say that I cover a lot of trending stuff. And in some cases...
Oh my god, is he quitting drama again? Oh, no, please tell me he's not quitting drama twice. Oh, no.
Definitely have probably fell into, like, the over-coverage of, like, internet drama.
Oh my god, he's eating the pirate software fucking... Oh, wow.
Things of that nature. And, I'm not going to just say that I wouldn't want to cover something that I'm interested in, because generally, if I'm interested in something, I'm going to talk about it, as is what the point of a YouTube channel is.
Dude, how many times is he going to make this fucking video? I can't believe this. I literally can't believe this, dude. God, okay.
But watching a lot of the older stuff that I did, where I was, like, hunting for Bigfoot and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, not even just, like, the deep web. Like, the deep web stuff is cool, but I was watching, like, older haunted gaming, like, creepypasta videos and everything, too. And, it's funny, watching old creepypasta videos, it's like, most of it was just, I would get home, I would sit in...
When he makes these rant videos, we gotta put together, like, a fucking game where we can all try to do, like, betting odds to see which one it's gonna be.
In front of, like, the creepypasta wiki, I'd find me something that was absolutely juicy, read through it, do a little analysis, and then just kind of upload it. I wouldn't say that any video that I've uploaded is like a technical masterpiece. It really is just like me putting together something that I find interesting and uploading it. And I feel like 2019, 2020, 2021 was probably like the best gosh darn era that I've actually enjoyed on the internet. I think that was when I was like most diverse. And one of those things is, obviously, I think I should probably just go back to it. Now, one of the reasons...
Oh my god, he's really remaking this video again. This is literally the beginning of his Metal Gear video when he was crying about the Nux controversy. It's the same fucking... Dude, he's such a liar. It's insane.
This is why, like, I make this video.
Every time this guy gets, like, a little bit of flack, he's like, actually, guys, I think that I remember the Linux days, and when I was chasing Bigfoot in the woods, that was, like, really good times on YouTube, so... And then he realizes he's not making any money, and then he comes back and he covers the next drama, and he just does this over and over and over and over and over.
That obviously there's a lot of people that say, I wish you talked about creepypastas, I wish you uploaded this. And generally, whenever I do upload that kind of stuff,
No, don't ping the Discord. This is not going to go anywhere.
Videos tend to absolutely tank in terms of performance. And that's
oh my god, he's telling the truth. It literally just doesn't do well. That's why he keeps making drama.
Something that's like super duper shocking to me. It's just par for the course, right? And generally, people love the trending stuff. People like, any internet controversy discussion a lot more than, the traditional standard stuff. That's just how the internet tends to work in that space. But that doesn't necessarily mean that, shifting, the shift of all my content to that was ever a good idea.
You also pulled in a ton of subscribers who were there for drama because you became, like, the completionist guy and, like, the Mama Maxian man and, like, the fucking, like, dude, the Keffels documentary, dude. Like, when me and Carl were talking about who should make the video on fucking, on fucking Dark Viper, the guy was Mutahar, right? That was the dude.
And that's just one of the things where, like, ultimately, I want to kind of ask you guys, what really is it that you guys want to watch from, like, that 2019, 2020, 2021 era? One of the things that, I kind of have fallen into, and I think most creators can agree with this, I've actually talked to a couple creators like this, there's a mentality that happens to you when, you make YouTube videos and you kind of run into this, like, snowball effect, where, when one video style does really well,
Dude, you went in ChatGPT and they like remake my intro.
You tend to do more of it because that's really what YouTube, as a platform, algorithmically, systemically actually rewards you for. But that's the problem. You fall into the algorithm rot, and that's just you basically putting yourself into a corner. And that's one of the things that I've never really considered myself in. I've always considered myself to be like, generally somebody that uploads a pretty diverse range of stuff. Back then it was like, you talk about a creepy...
Dude, he already said this. This video is 14 minutes long. He said this exact sentence already.
Or you play fucking Revenge of the Sunfish or some crazy weird video game. And generally speaking, it's like I was never like the most, I would say, like viewed person, but it was like, everything that I would just kind of post would generally appeal to this, fan base that I would have. And I feel like, in the last, like, 12, 24 months, I've kind of just alienated myself away from that. And I've been on like old Discord communities and fan
Wait, how in the last 12 months if you quit drama in November?
communities of mine, just kind of talking to like older fans. And, you know, I've really come to this just realization that, you know, at this point, I have to stop jumping into this like YouTube, you know, avalanche of like, you know, algorithm seeking nonsense. Okay? I should just go back to what it is that I've done, regardless of what it does to my channel or whatever going forward. The reality of this is this is not coming from a place of me wanting to go back to an older channel just out of nowhere.
Yes, it is.
Where a lot of this comes from, you know, just me being upfront with you guys. I don't think I have much more time left in me. And I'm not saying that like I'm...
Oh my god, he's quitting. He's quitting. Oh no. Oh no.
dead or something. It's just that for the last like...
Oh no, guys, I'm like 28 years old. It's time for me to retire. Hoo boy, me Mutahar here. Day trade ahoy.
couple years, I really have just been thinking of retiring. Like, I really have just been thinking of like getting out of this and sort of like doing something else with life. And sometimes life brings in a lot of beautiful things that sort of take you away from the hobbies that you have. And
dude, he just learned empathy. No.
I'll let you interpret what that means. But the idea is that, you know, my life is heading to a place where I'm getting older. I got to be focusing more on things like family.
Nicholas the Goat, thank you for the $5, my man.
Oh my god, thank you for making me pause on this clip. That is a perfect thumbnail. Holy shit, dude. Look at that pause.
Something of that nature.
Thank you.
So realistically, I don't really think that I have more than like a year, maybe 2 years of kind of making like... You know,
this guy's going nowhere, by the way, just to be clear. This is a fucking lie.
you know,
This guy's leaving like Diesel Patches, who was in my chat yesterday.
daily style of videos. That doesn't mean that I'll always like go away. Like, I think I'll always just kind of upload here and there. It's just, you know, there's going to be a point where, you know, I just do not post.
He watched the South Park episode about getting older and realizing everything is shit. And he's like, shit, man, that's me.
You know, multiple times a week. You know, it's going to be a point where I'm going to post maybe once a week or maybe once a month. And it's sometimes maybe even less than that, simply because like life takes you in a different sort of spot. But I feel like before that time comes, I kind of do want to just...
Is he quitting? He says he's quitting in like 2 years. He's not.
Go back to like a 2019, 2020, 2021 era Mutahar. I want to just kind of like upload goofy what the fuck game.
If you don't care about the money and if you don't care about doing YouTube, then why are you putting a time limit on you leaving the algorithm? This makes no sense. You either are going to chase the algorithm for 2 more years, make as much money as you can and leave, or you're going to do shittier content or content that other people enjoy that ultimately won't yield as much viewership, right? Shittier content might be wrong. Maybe it is better content. But then you're going to lock yourself into a 2-year like verbal contract, or I don't know. You know, like it just doesn't make any sense. If you want to make the stuff that you enjoy, you don't care about the algorithm, you can do that endlessly. Nobody's telling you that you have to quit and do, because you could post like, instead of posting daily, you could post once a week. You could post a couple times a month. You don't have to stop doing YouTube. You could just dial it back. If you want to have kids, post videos more infrequently. But like, it feels like this retirement thing is 2 reasons. 1, he can't handle the heat in Hell's Kitchen, which is very obvious. And 2, it feels like he wants to prove that he has other employment because people are bullying him for saying that he's jobless. So he's like, okay, I'm jobless. I'll retire then. And I'll quit YouTube because I am so employed. I can just afford to do that.
Style videos where I just play the most obscure shit for my channel. You know, one of the things that I really loved watching was like me, when I had insomnia, I woke up at like 3 in the morning and I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to help people relive PlayStation 2 Grand Theft Auto San Andreas like Bigfoot hunting.
This
and I
is
did
so
that.
fucking
And I had
funny.
probably some of the most fun during that video. Now, the
Oh
thing
my
is,
God.
obviously, going back to that style of content that doesn't, you know, typically rely on trending stuff.
Yeah, it's going to get less views. I got that. I heard it when you said it 6 minutes ago.
Obviously, I'm going to just say it right now, going into the future, I don't think I'm going to perform as well, at least like channel metric wise. And one of those things is obviously...
Mutahar got bullied into literally Sudokuing his channel.
It's completely okay. I know that's like outlandish, like, you know, a creator should probably think of like...
Yeah, this is like a Dark Viper argument too. There's like a Dark Viper playing here.
Constantly upping and upping and upping and upping and upping the numbers until like it reaches an unhealthy degree. And that is what it is. It's just unhealthy. This is not like a capitalist situation where, like, if you're pulling in, like a million views one year, you should go to 2 million the next year, and then 4, and then 8, and then, 16, and then 32. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, you just fall into this like psychotic like rut where ultimately your content suffers, you suffer, and ultimately, I would say everything just suffers at that point.
I mean, I post every other day. I stream and post a video every day. And I feel like if I need to, I can just shut off the computer and do other stuff. And I had a good time doing it. I don't know. I feel like I haven't fallen into a psychotic rut in the 2 years that I've been daily streaming, or a year and a half rather. I haven't had that problem. Well, I guess every other day most recently. Some of those were like a couple of times a month last year.
Right. So realistically for me, I want to just kind of go back to, a lot of that, like, even before 2020, to be honest, like 2017, 2018, I think that was like a peak era. And I should just go back to playing like a lot of older, like creepypasta games. I should go back to a lot of like deep web stuff. Not even just deep web stuff, to be honest.
He
like,
doesn't even know what he wants.
Like,
That's funny. He's like literally exploring this in the rant video.
Like, I've seen so many goddamn websites at this point that, to be real with you, I could not do it.
This guy would make fun of Tipster for being flaky and then leaving and coming back on Twitter. It's actually so fucking funny, dude. It is so fucking funny how hard this guy just got fucking mauled.
Almost every week, maybe like every 2 weeks, simply due to the fact that there is just so much of the same hitman, website. But I've generally like gotten a lot of love for like creepypasta stuff recently, and I never thought I'd be saying that. I've really actually fallen back into creepypasta love.
This is literally the Nux. That's what I said in the beginning. We're just watching the Nux video again.
And I've been actually on the creepypasta wiki. I've been like reading spooky stories. I've been on the spookier side of like 4chan paranormal again. And I'm
like homelandering right now. Like, I think you should quit. No, you should quit. I think you should quit.
I feel like looking back, some of the videos that I made, the ones that just randomly banged, looking at like weird creepy 4chan threads, or like, talking about like that one obscure video game creepypasta, or sometimes looking at like that one creepy YouTube channel, or the YouTube ARG, that's just really where I should be focusing my attention and my time into. I feel like I've dipped my toe too much into like the trending, almost like drama content pond, where I really
Is he like on fucking drugs? What is this video? I feel like I feel like he's stroking out right now. He just keeps saying the same thing over. This video is 2 sentences long.
Suffered in the long run for it, right? Like I think like the last 24 months,
I recommend watching Nicholas DeOrio's.
He's probably just sleep deprived, but
probably suffered the most in terms of just like the quality of the video that I've been making about it too, right? Like I don't want to say that I've just been like slop tubing it. I've always been like a daily uploader. If you think that.
But you literally did say that last time. You literally said that you were slop tubing it. And your content really hasn't changed. You just covered less drama. You're still doing drama. Where's the, was it GoldenEye? What was it? Mutahar. Metal Gear video. I'm not saying that I make slop, but...
The future.
Like, just watch this video.
I read a lot of comments from people diehard in the community, people who want more deep web stuff. Maybe make it a weekly thing.
I'm not kidding. It's the same fucking video.
Which
it's
I've been
just
saying
7 months later.
For months now, but obviously when you get caught up in like...
And he's admitting that he already had been saying this prior.
The whole content drama mill, you do get lost in the sauce. So I want to bring...
He also made another one where he was talking about quitting politics before he did a debate on Israel-Palestine with Vadim.
That back weekly, maybe not this week because, this video just came out. But, maybe cover things like virus investigations. Obviously, go back to Linux stuff, which there is a lot to talk about there. Gaming, a lot to talk about there. We just had the Crazy Game Awards. And if I want to talk about trending...
And he just didn't...
stuff, I think I should really stay in my lane and my field of expertise and cover crazy stuff like Scam Tua, which both of us went offline at the same time, and only one of us has been back so far. And of course, beyond all of that, I definitely want to talk about alien stuff for sure, because it is a passion of mine, and I think I really should be tapping more into the passions that I have. That's my old videos from like 8-9 years ago were not just slop. You'd be fucking surprised, okay? Playing some dog shit, stupid PS2 game probably falls into that same category if people are being charitable. But at least back then, I feel like I was really carved.
Yeah, and my area of expertise is funny too. He's not mentioning engineer there. He's talking about covering scams, so he just thinks he's good at it.
Out like the weird side of the internet that nobody was uploading and just enjoying my time there. One of the things that I want to do is just kind of go back to that. And again, like I said, I hate making these kind of videos, but one of the reasons that I wanted to make this video is to get my thoughts out, to sort of talk a little bit to the community about it. But also, I do want to ask you guys, like, what specifically from that old era do you guys really genuinely want to see? And I don't want to just hear, like, deep web browsing or something of that nature, right? It's like, there's got to be some stuff, you know, from, like, the haunted...
Did his neighbor just shut off the light? Dude, that's the real deep web, is that his fucking backlighting of his neighbor's house just went off. That's so funny, dude. The video is now darker. That's so crazy. Muta, hey, everyone clicks. I low-key pooped my pants thinking Mutahar had drama. Oh my god, dude.
The gaming era, my neighbor finally fell asleep.
He just acknowledged it. That's so funny.
The haunted gaming era, or like that just weird side of like the PS2 games that I ended up playing, were just like...
Dude, honestly, Mutahar is such a fucking genius. He's literally using backlighting from his neighbor's house.
Weird games in general, right? Like, I legitimately laughed out loud the other night. I was watching myself playing Sonic, like it was a Sonic Dreams.
You absolutely scalped this video meant for his fans because he keeps making the same video. He has quit drama so many times. He quit politics. He quit drama. He quit drama again. He called his content slop. He's revoked the label. Dude, he just keeps making this video.
Collection. I was watching myself impregnate Sonic on video.
Okay, I don't know why I'm still here.
Yeah. I actually fucking laughed at it like an actual hyena. And I feel like, you know, that's just where I want to be at. Even reading the comments from like videos like that, I feel like there was just a genuine amount of good positivity I was putting in there, as opposed to, you know, just...
Oh, he's sitting reading comments from 7 years ago, like the picture of fucking, what's his name, looking at, like, Wolverine.
Yapping about the daily stuff that I have an interest in, obviously, that's why I upload it. But I really just feel like, you know, at the end of the day, if that's where I'm going at, if that's the route that I'm going down, I should probably stop right now. Because ultimately, I don't want to just be like the daily, like, news yapper guy. I don't want to...
This guy is going to post something stupid, like, this week.
Be like the daily, you know, Asmongold, Charlie. No disrespect to any of those guys, but that never was me. And I don't think that...
Bro, I was absolutely... That was you. That was fucking you. That was you for like 2 fucking years. That was 100% you.
Should be me. But yeah, I kind of wanted to talk about this. I'm rambling on a bit, but ultimately I have to do something because insomnia is a bitch. Sleep paralysis is an absolute bitch. But I wanted to talk about this because, again, it's something in my head. I wanted to discuss stuff. And again, I just recorded...
Look at his eye bags. He's like Brad Tasting. He literally is Brad Tasting the defeat right now.
Playing a goofy PlayStation 2 game. And it was probably some of the most fun that I've ever had. Obviously, going forward, going back to that classic style of content and not relying on, like, you know, trends or doing that kind of stuff is ultimately a net negative to the channel. But given, I mean, net negative in terms of the, I guess you could say, metrics, right? And, you know, YouTube just shouldn't be metrics. Like, at the end of the day, this is not, you know, what I do. This is something that, obviously, I have to be retiring from at some point, and I got to be focusing on other ventures. But
How
I think
old is this guy, dude? This is insane.
From now to the time we get to that stage, probably should go back to a time when, you know, I was some ordinary gamers, not, you know, off-brand version of whatever talking head you see on the internet these days. But ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Obviously, I will still be deep diving into things. I think that part is still, like, that stuff I still want to do. But I just want to ask you, what do you guys want to particularly see? And especially if there's any specific, like, topic, especially in that horror space, if you guys
I want you to talk about Nux Taku and why you deleted your video that you made.
Absolutely would like to cover things like...
I think you should cover Nux Taku.
I just saw Keffel's tweet.
And ultimately, I just want to ask you what you want to...
And shed some light on your decisions there.
Maybe it's just me, but I'm finding this pretty Muta hard to swallow.
Can I ask you a question? This is like somebody in the comment section. I don't know who the fuck just said this, but why do you have to announce that you're formally retiring from your hobby? What's going on here, man? What's happening? Why do you have to formally retire from a fun hobby?
See? Because, you know, if I'm going to upload something, I at least want to upload, you know, something that the community wants to see. Not just, you know, because ultimately it's like a fucking team effort here. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, we have to be able to communicate and meet in the middle in that regard.
I mean, that's like Mutahar announces he's retiring from his hobby to pursue family life. I don't... Okay.
This is just me yapping. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully I can pass out. Hopefully I can go to bed. I am out.
He probably watched the stream right now where we're talking about it. That's so bizarre. That's crazy. What are the comments on this? If I can actually hit the button, Jesus. Please do not make drama super slop.
Is Dark Viper AU a virgin? No, I am not.
You should like get mad at the people who watch those videos. No matter where life takes you, Muta, you will be so. I wish for like a month we would live it like something could happen in the minds of everybody. They get like confused, and the drama pull dies, and it's replaced with van life content. Could you imagine if every fucking drama YouTuber was forced to buy a van and drive across the country to get their viewership back? How fucking funny that would be. Like all of a sudden for like 28 weeks drama is outlawed and you have to start a van life YouTube channel. It's like The Purge but for like every dude, serial killer bonanza. Oh man. If you go like who boy me Mutahar here, you lose. Oh wow. That popped up out of nowhere. Hey. Yeah, please God, stop doing drama. I don't watch it. Love your channel though. Oh my, bring back troll pastas. Whole dude living next to a castle. Howdy.
Hello guys.
This video
gals,
probably has like 40,000. I don't know how fast this thing is going, but it's definitely not at 12K. Like this shit is like way off. It's probably close to like 30K. Of real time. Yeah. Hit dislike.
Hello.
That'll show him, dude. Yeah, I missed it. Yeah, dude, there it is. No one will ever know how many likes or dislikes it has. It'll be over. Hey, what's going on? Future Nick here. So we kind of got like a cobbled together Mutahar video here from what I've noticed from different segments. So I thought this is as good a time as any to have one that I pulled off the cutting room floor and haven't uploaded yet. The reason for that was after we did a short segment on Mutahar's adventure into a rabbit hole to find illegal material that was posted in YouTube comment sections, Mutahar then released a clarifying video explaining exactly what my issues were with the segment, so it didn't make sense to post that with this available and not do an update. I mentioned it briefly on stream. Other things took priority, but I intended to always kind of update this segment and put it somewhere eventually, and this is probably the best place. I'm going to give you the information right now to prime you with this knowledge, so when you watch the following segment when I wasn't privy to it, you already have the answers, and then I'm going to put it at the end and give a bit more of my opinion on it there. So long story short, Mutahar was like targeting what is essentially kind of a CP ring. There are tons of bots on YouTube who are posting these links. Many of them say like fucking CP in bio or something like that. In this case, it was just one person who was like calling him slurs and shit in his comment section and had a Discord linked back. So my criticism for Mutahar is for the majority of these accounts, you just can report them to YouTube and that would probably be the best way to go about it. I think it's a bit reckless to throw on a virtual machine and dive headfirst into these servers because you don't know what you're going to run into. Now, the clip I'm about to show you, Mutahar said he didn't see anything, which is good. That's a good thing that happened. But I think you're putting yourself in a position to see explicit content when you're entering servers that are seemingly for that. I think that's best left to law enforcement, not internet vigilantes, which Mutahar seems to think that he isn't.
Now, when I made that video, one thing that I have to kind of clarify is obviously even somebody on a Reddit came in and was like, are you doing anything illegal by going down these rabbit holes? And I have to just straight up say, in my entire career on YouTube, I have never, even accidentally come across, illegal material on the internet. Generally speaking, what you do is anytime you find something like, for instance, let's say that you're on, your search engine and this Wikipedia page for the word white, right? If you feel that this link contains something illegal, it's not impossible for you to copy that link address and immediately paste it into the FBI cyber tips tool or the relevant authority, okay?
That being said, this video kind of escalated a bit when Mutahar traversed to a website forum that appeared to have even worse stuff on it. At that point, I thought this is just like kind of outside the scope of what I think a YouTuber should be investigating. And that was just the bulk of my criticism. Obviously, Mutahar has released a follow-up video where he announced that like, hey, listen, they saw the video and they sent an email letting them know that they were age restricting Mutahar's video and they just accepted more info from Mutahar. So like, listen, all right, if YouTube just reached out of the blue, saw Mutahar's video and let them know they were age restricting it, good on Mutahar. It like got on their radar and that's like a good thing. And obviously, I want to acknowledge that. I also appreciate that he clarified a lot of the issues that my section had. So with that, I think I've given like the proper context, and I will see you at the end of the segment for like a little brief rundown of what I think. All right, we got a palate cleanser here, and I wanted to cover this and kind of go over this with my audience. I understand there are people who think I'm too hypercritical on Mutahar, but Mutahar is the Mama Max guy. So I was watching this new video, and I was... I guess this video got age restricted. That's great. I'm sure this one will too. But I had a bit of a weird thought watching this video, and I couldn't really understand why Muta did this. And I sat there, I actually fleshed it out with Hoggy last night. I asked him a ton of questions about this, and he kind of, he gave me the pushback that I think I needed to hear before I fired up this segment and acted significantly more rude to Mutahar. But Mutahar made a video about CP bots on YouTube. You know, this is an ongoing issue, but it is ongoing. Everyone kind of already knows that there are weird bots that post like illegal fucking, they say they have illegal material and they push people off the Discord servers. It mostly happens on channels like Mutahar's and like Charlie's. And that's kind of common, right? That will happen. And YouTube deletes these comments and then they make new accounts and they post this stuff. And it's obviously not right, but most people are aware this is something that's going on, right? Really it's every big YouTuber. Yeah, it literally is every big YouTuber. But Mutahar has decided to make a video exposing it, which, fine, absolutely. Go after them, King. It's just the way that... Thank you for the 5 gifted. It's the way he goes about it that I find fairly confusing, and I didn't know if it was a case of the Mutahars that I seem to have, or if it was just legitimately jarring coming from the Mama Max guy. So I want my audience to tell me if I'm being too harsh here, instead of me coming in here just bashing the fuck out of Mutahar for 20 minutes before I get to my argument. I would like my chat to hoo-boy me and tell me if I am being too harsh on him.
Hello, guys and gals, me, Mutahar, and, you know, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta be pretty real with you. The worst part about YouTube as a hobby is, honestly, the comment section, and it's not...
Okay, you're making this really... You're making this really difficult on me. Okay, all right, yeah, I know, I remember the last segment too. I remember the one before that as well. Yeah, I know, okay, just ignore it,
The worst part about YouTube as a hobby is, honestly, the comment section. And it's nothing to do with the comments you guys write, to be honest with you. I don't care if you guys, you know, love me in the comments or you guys absolutely...
Yeah, it doesn't really tell me that. I don't know if I believe that, but fine.
Dislike me. You know,
I promise you that's not why I pulled up the video. I forgot that was here, okay? I forgot that was here. It has nothing to do with why we're here, okay?
Reading the discourse when it's human beings talking. But obviously, I'm sure some of you guys know, and I'm sure a lot of your favorite creators have probably seen this, there is a serious problem with YouTube bots. Now, I've talked about this before, so there's no reason for me
I feel like people have known about the YouTube fucking... I don't know what they're called, and I don't want to know, because I don't want to promote them either. But, like, people have known this for 2 years. I don't think there are many people who are unaware that this is something that is happening.
Making another video, unless there was some pretty serious criminal shit happening in the comment section below.
Like, there's no way Mutahar just found out this week this is something that's occurring.
Now, normally I wouldn't care about bots so much, and there's multiple types of them. Like, you'll probably see, like, the bots as soon as I upload a video.
Is this an old video he's posted? No, this is 8 days ago. That's why it's like, this is a video from 8 days ago. Ooh boy, me Mutahar again. Time we take a look at a problem that's existed for years, but in the last few months, it's gotten significantly worse. Comment bots are something that I tolerate, but I really wanted to shed a light on how they're linking users to off-platform services where they're exchanging some of the worst things known to man. This needs to stop, and hopefully YouTube moderation will address this group that has remained out of the limelight for so long. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Yeah. I think that being CP is a new thing. I don't think that's true. I think that this video was... Somebody made this exact video a year ago as well. And it was some large YouTuber who's like, they're fucking spreading fucking whatever in the chats. I feel like they've done this, you know?
Go into the comment section.
Nick is such a diva. All right, just wait. Just see what I have to present here. This is my presentation. You are watching it. I'm standing at the front of the classroom. You could tell me if I'm wrong.
like, wow, I found this video really inspirational, Muta. You really changed the way I live. Wow, thanks.
These comment bots are even on my videos. They pop in, they're like, your video is so fucking inspirational. It's like, really? I just called somebody a retard for 30 minutes, but thank you.
Thank you for existing. Yeah, I know that's a bot, okay? Like 100%, that has to be a bot. The video came out 1 second ago and you already wrote the comment, okay? Get out of here. I could talk about stretching my anus to like extreme degrees and these bots would post that crazy comments. Wow, I found
yes, they would.
Found this video really inspirational. But I'm talking about these specific comments that the bots that I'm actually talking about, however, have
What was that?
I found this video really inspirational.
This is the most important video ever. Anyways, OBS no cut.
But I'm talking about these specific comments that the bots that I'm actually talking about, however, have been sharing CP in the comment section, okay? Yes.
All right, again, this is fine. You can critique this stuff. I'm not saying that, oh, look at him. He's going after it.
Ladies and gentlemen, there are YouTube bots now that are now basically spreading links that you can access, links that go to Discord, and on these Discords, they are openly sharing actual...
Okay, what? All right, this is where it starts to get a little confusing. So, dude, all right, why are we in the Discord server? It just starts to get a little weird here now. This is like, okay, just keep watching. Maybe this isn't his screenshot.
CP, CSAM material, exploitation material. So how does this happen? How is this occurring? And I'm going to obfuscate some names because, to be honest with you, I don't want to give attention. And this...
Okay, so this is the argument I had with Augie last night. He goes that I think people who spread CP should be called out. And I go, yeah, absolutely. But, like, you can't really give a half measure on this. You can either call out the group and risk more people finding this information in the short term while pressuring people to have this content removed, or you could say nothing. I feel like you can't go down the middle and say, I'm not going to tell you who these people are, but I will tell you where to find them, and I'm doing this for exposure. Like, that's kind of the issue. That's how I viewed it, and Augie viewed it as a more objective, like, it's a good to do this, so it doesn't matter if there's weird mechanics to it.
It's such a serious issue that, again, I feel like giving attention to these specific individuals just gives them power. So one of the comments that you'll see, for instance, are, you know, these random bot accounts where they'll say, I posted a preview of Daisy's Destruction.
And then Mutahar's just like, oh shit, I gotta click this and investigate further. No.
Are, you know, these random bot accounts where they'll say, I posted a preview of Daisy's Destruction on my page, full in description. Now, obviously, if you're ever a fan of my dark web series...
Okay. Bro, you never want to hear that sentence. Okay, now I'm just being a dick. All right, I'm not gonna... Sorry. That's not why we're here. Just keep going.
These random bot accounts where they'll say...
That's just... Every sentence sounds horrible, but that's, again, not why we're here.
I posted a preview of Daisy's Destruction on my page, full in description. Now, obviously, if you're ever a fan of my dark web series, you know what this specific video is referring to. It's quite possibly one of the most evil, illegal videos that are on the dark web or just on the internet in general. If you want to learn more...
It sounds so poorly worded. I mean, it's because it's an OBS one-take recording. Yeah, I don't think... Nobody ever wants to utter that phrase and then be like, now listen, if you're a fan of the channel, you're very familiar with what it is.
There's a great documentary...
But obviously, that doesn't mean that he's done anything wrong in the series.
About Peter Scully, the scumbag behind this. I believe it's 60 Minutes Australia. Really, really dark, raises the hair on the back of your neck type of shit. But
so he just goes through here and talks about like the worst pedophile of all time. Now, here's the thread that got Mutahar on Reddit to look into this. And he's like, hey, I keep finding all these porn or like these fucking CSAM accounts and stuff that are linking to it. Why is this happening? So Mutahar goes into a bit more detail here. And he's explaining how these comments are navigating around YouTube's thing. Saying they're like abusing different languages and stuff and typing things that the computer can't, I guess, read as plain text, but humans can. Right? We don't need to watch that part. But this is Mutahar's journey of how he chose to investigate this stuff, and it starts here.
You know, racial slurs, they'd say stuff like goy.
I don't even know what he was. Okay.
So on and so forth.
So he gets a person saying, "First warning, my video is better than this soulless blank, far better than whatever this nonsense is." So he navigates off this account.
You can probably imagine what these slurs are.
So it's not even one that's specifically saying like CP traitor or whatever. It's just like.
But every time you would go to the profiles for these pages, in the YouTube bios, they would have these Discord links. They would have Discord URLs that you could click on and access. Now, I decided to go down the rabbit hole, and I decided to flip on every virtual machine, secure container, VPN, proxy, every OPSEC protection tool in the book.
Why? 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 What? Dude, why? Why would you do that? Like, okay, but I don't understand, like, the vigilante personality. It's like, well, there's a server filled with child porn. We're going to have to investigate. No, why? This is weird.
VPN, proxy, every OPSEC protection tool in the book. So I do not recommend you do any of this.
Hey, don't do this, but here's a list of things I use to invade the Discord server.
On your own.
I don't know why you would get on a video and be like, hey guys, I jumped in the fucking CSAM server.
Chances are, if you just go into these areas, they will flood you with illegal material.
Yeah, I know. That's bad.
But anyways, I decided to...
Not that he's saying it's good, but it's just like, this is like some Mama Maxian type, like, I need to investigate this further.
Check these Discords out, and
But I get Augi's position. There's... What else are you supposed to do? Say nothing? And it's like, I feel like in some regard, yeah. But, like, this gets weirder.
No shock of mine, there was very, very visible.
You're supposed to report the link to, like, send it to the FBI tip line, report it directly to YouTube, use YouTube context to take it down. Like, go through those navigational points. I don't necessarily think making a YouTube video of, like, the great CP investigation is the best solution in this case, but maybe I'm fucking crazy for that.
Visible illegal material. To the point where, obviously, I reported it via Discord. I did every reporting I could to law enforcement agencies.
Good.
As you should when you come across disgusting shit like this.
But the thing is, you didn't really come across it. You actively investigated it. Like, yeah, those are all the things that you're supposed to do, but you placed yourself in that position. And then to make a YouTube video. I don't...
But then it got...
There's a KFC in Yemen!
Hoo boy, me Mutahar here. Today I'm LARPing as a PDU on Discord. What the actual F?
It's just weird.
Keffel's tweet on Nicholas DeOrio.
There's a question, did he actually report it to the police or the internet? I mean, yeah, we're taking him at his word for that. I guess we're going to be charitable there that he's done that correctly. But again, this guy is like the one who's like lecturing Mama Max on how to run his fucking pedo hunts or whatever. I mean, in Mutahar's defense, he's probably caught the same amount of pedos as Max, but...
Deeper. It led me to an entire forum group where apparently these people are openly, on the clear web, just sharing illegal material and operating raids against each other. But to give you an idea, anytime you would connect to these Discords or something, right, there would actually be, conniving scumbags on these Discords where they would abuse the private message system and actually send users adult, CSAM material, illegal material. So this was a post from a year...
Adult CSAM material is like Boogie's 20-year-old wife.
...year ago, where a user claimed to be banned...
I've never heard such a...
Can I say something?
I've never heard such a more valid thing.
...from Discord for reporting a CP server. Their account literally got suspended due to serious policy violations. And you might be wondering what
What's
the policy...
name of the guy, Keemstar Orbiter? Nick Oreo. Mr. Oreo.
So again, he's going to argue here that people will spam you and then you'll be the one banned for reporting child safety and you'll lose your Discord account. Whatever. Cool. Awesome. Let me see. So he goes through and he's covering more of this stuff. Broken system, arguing. Like, this is all fine, right? And it's like, if the video ends here, it's like, this was kind of a stupid decision. Like, why did you jump into a server that you thought had CP in it? That being said, though, you can give him the benefit of the doubt there, because the person who actually tipped him off about this, or the person he jumped into, like, I guess, engage with, is a person who was calling him slurs. So maybe he didn't know what the Discord link was. Maybe the Discord link wasn't labeled CP. So it's like, okay, sure, whatever. There are, like, ways to engage with this. And interestingly enough, he actually shouts out Kiwi Farms in this video, saying at least, like, they're against CP and hosting gore and dog murders and stuff. So which is weird because I never thought I'd hear him talk about kiwi farms again either. But then something else weird happens.
First they get people from YouTube to jump into Discord, and then on Discord they will link, children or new visitors to their new website. Now this website is...
So now there's a new website that's going to be labeled as Website X, and he sees this link in the Discord, right? So like, oh, this is where they have like the real bad shit.
I don't want to like exactly name it, but we'll just call it the we'll call the website, Filthy Cabin, or Website X, so to speak. Now I went to Website X.
Why? Bro, why? Dude, so, okay.
Filthy Cabin, or Website X, so to speak. Now, I went to Website X, and this is a website that will absolutely try everything they can to, grab user cookies or absolutely log IP addresses. I mean, every website logs your IP address, but these people do everything they can to grab as much information on their visitors and possibly use it to dox you. So again, I went through this with virtual...
Guys, listen, if you're going to click on the CP site, you have to be worried. You have to be aware that there's a percentage chance they might try to dox you over this. Dude, this is so... Dude, thank you for the tips. This is so stupid. Why is this a YouTube video? What is the... Dude, what is happening right now?
Private networks, VMs, every single protection that I could have, okay? Because I'm not, dealing with a script kiddie nonsense.
Dude, like, nobody do this. There's a chance you're going to get doxxed.
And this is where it gets really disgusting.
Okay, dude.
So on their website...
So then Mutahar just pulls out his fucking snip tool.
Obviously, some of the things that these people talk about very openly, clear...
I legit think he might have clicked on an FBI honeypot. Look, dude, Muta's not that stupid, all right? He could never do
stuff,
that.
By the way. They have a dead crack baby thread.
That's great, dude. The funny thing is we don't know if Mutahar watched any illegal material or clicked into any illegal material because he nicely screenshotted and censored all the images onto his computer. Like, there's a chance that none of this stuff is bad. There's a chance that all of this stuff is bad. I have no idea. And you know what? I'm not going to go get on 15 virtual machines and try to figure it out.
So, just kind of shows you the disgusting sickos we see. Inside the media tab, where everything can be posted, gore allowed everything. They're openly posting or talking about child, material. Inside the...
Dude, these guys were like saying, hey, there's CSAM here. And Mutahar's like, is there really? Oh yeah, no, there is. That's crazy. Anyways, thank you guys for coming. Like, share, and subscribe. I get it. I'm being cynical here. It just doesn't... I don't understand splunking through a server labeled fucking child porn or something to go find more YouTube content. It doesn't really... this is just weird.
Q&A, where somebody asks, should I eat animal feces? What animal should I kill on camera? And of course, at some point, if you're worried about, these people, constantly ban-evading, they have full guides for it.
If they shit on the site, why do you have to verify it? That's what law enforcement is supposed to do. If they're linking this stuff labeled exactly what you think it is, and you send it to the FBI and it gets taken down, that's probably better than, okay, guys, I fired up 15 virtual machines because I am afraid of doxing.
To evade Discord bans and whatnot. And of course, if you can imagine the kind of sickos that are on this website, they are...
He's essentially created... Like, he's not trying to, okay? He's not trying to make a guide on how to do this, but, like, it is kind of what this video is. It's not pointed enough to actually get anything done. Unless you're thinking that, like, YouTube is gonna... I don't... If YouTube could fix this problem immediately, don't you think they already would have? Don't you think that, like, they're actively trying to remove these accounts?
Are map priding all day, every day on this site. Now, I don't have to explain to you what the fuck map pride is. So one of the staff members on this
why is he... Dude,
website says, please calm down your LARPs because we got reported for an age of consent thread. And please don't post bestiality. Now, why would they be asked not to? I guess it's because apparently the service providers for this disgusting Website X were actually being hit with these constant complaints of illegal material being hosted. Now, in this case, I want to thank a website known as the Kiwi Farms here.
That is so crazy after everything that he has said about YouTube drama to hear the sentence "Thank you, Kiwi Farms" out of Mutahar's mouth too.
Here, obviously, you may
This is just such a fucking peculiar video.
not like them, but in this case, they actually have a lot of the screenshots and a lot of the evidence basically archived. They actually have a pretty interesting view on the history of this organization. And it started off as a group pretty much known as No Limits Blocks. Now, the name is actually a reference to Peter Scully's No Limits Fund, right?
Wait, why is he even... I didn't even catch this. He removes the current name of the organization that they're critiquing, tells you where you can find it by going to Kiwi Farms, and then gives you a previous alias that they operated off of. I don't... Like, what is the fucking... He's linking you a thread of more information you can use to find out what this group is.
So you can see...
So, like, why not just call them out then at this point?
Sort of where the origin points for this
Like, I'm not gonna call them out here, but I'm gonna literally recommend you a thread so you can read up more information. At that point, just call them out.
Degeneracy kind of lie into. And eventually...
This is like censoring a name, but showing it on the screen. Yeah, this is like beeping out a slur, but you leave in the fucking... the caption.
You know, if you go to Ruben Sim's video, he'll even tell you that, you know, at some point, you know, about a whole network of predatory individuals on Roblox were just chilling in these groups.
This guy was talking about how his content is lazy and repetitive, and he doesn't put a lot of effort in, and it feels like he just fucking... It feels like he put together, like, the first slop pedo hunt. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna call this anything, this is like a slop pedo hunt. This doesn't... Like, the more you think about it, the less it makes sense. This video doesn't really give you any other information than what you already knew. All he's getting out of this is that these fucking comments are as advertised. They are quite literally as bad as people say they are. Right? Like, there is nothing to be gained from this investigation. At least none that I could justify in my head.
And it later evolved into an entire forum. Now, according to individuals from the Discord servers in this disgusting group and this disgusting area, apparently individuals were saying that when they joined the Discord for like an hour and
I'm hoping that Mutahar didn't actually go on here and he just stole all his research from screenshots that other people did on Kiwi Farms. Like, that would kind of change my perspective here if he just stole this entire video off of what they fucking found. Like, because their censor bars seem kind of consistent with the ones he showed before, and maybe this is him shouting it out. That would be better, I guess.
What is 90% sure was, again, illegal CP. And there were people from a more notorious FBI-investigated group that targets children.
I'd prefer if he plagiarized this. Well, because then it would be... Like, he would be less stupid if he plagiarized this video.
For self-harm and exploitation purposes, 764 possibly were in it. Now, again... These are all screenshots and archives and records.
Why would Kiwi Farm censor bar their own posts? You're probably... I thought that the screenshots were censor barred from Kiwi Farms. That's actually probably extremely stupid on my part. My bad.
Captured by Kiwi Farms. So again, you know...
Because I was thinking they censor barred the images and stuff, so maybe the censor bars on there are the same. But if they're consistent, it means Mutahar probably did it, and my theory is wrong.
They're the ones that did the capture. I'm not going to say that I was the one that, you know, dug into these areas.
Wait, whoa! Wait, what?
All screenshots and archives and records captured by Kiwi Farm. I saw what is 90 Discord servers in this disgusting group and this disgusting area. Apparently, individuals were saying that when they joined the Discord for like an hour and they saw what is 90% sure was, again, illegal CP. And there were people from a more notorious FBI-investigated group that targets children for self-harm and exploitation purposes.
Oh, they're talking about a different one.
764 possibly were in it. Now again, these are all screenshots and archives and records captured by Kiwi Farm. So again, you know, they're the ones that did the capture. I'm not going to say that I was the one that, you know, dug into these areas and got this stuff. This is a...
That's my confusion, is did you dig into it like you said in the beginning, or did they dig into it?
A lot of history.
Because this is obviously post-talk Mutahar. Like, this isn't Mutahar in the beginning.
History that we're looking at, several years. And, you know, it's all out there in the open, and unfortunately these people are pipelining and just commenting all on actual...
Like, the dates on this is 11/11/2024. This is something that was known for years. I imagine he's saying that the new stuff is all him, but he's looking at an update from fucking a year ago in this fucking thread and, like, sourcing it.
YouTube videos.
But I think it's just insane that, you know, we kind of live in a world where, you know, years ago, many years ago, if you ask somebody, how do I find illegal stuff on the internet? You'd have to go to the dark web. But it's disgusting that the pipeline for accessing this disgusting material It just takes a few clicks on YouTube now, all through the comment bots. I mean, going down this rabbit hole is such a mentally obliterating thing, because again, the amount of police
so he's saying that he
reports and the amount of,
because he said he'd reported all this to the police, so I was wondering if that was like a contradictory statement. So he's talking about an older one in the previous clip.
Tips that you have to file and the reports you have to make on really disgusting stuff shouldn't have to be happening. This stuff shouldn't have happened in the first place. It shouldn't have been a thing's fault. It shouldn't have been a thing. But unfortunately, comment bots on YouTube have jumped from saying...
Dude, when I see a comment bot on YouTube, I don't think I'm a bad person. I just block them from the channel. I don't click the links. When I see somebody who's very clearly... like, obviously, I don't even spend a shitload of time in my comment thing. But if I see it, like 2 minutes after the video comes up, I go look for them. I just ban them from the channel. Hopefully, like, the bot tries and they can't comment next time.
Meaningless shit. And I remember back in the day when I was younger, guys... comment bots used to just post cute little chainmails, right? Like it used to be cute little like creepypastas almost. And now in 2025, and again,
yeah, instead of creepypastas, they're creepy pedos.
This stuff has been going on since like the early 2010s, but it's gotten really bad in the last couple months to the point where again they are openly very quickly within.
Like this is like if Mutahar's like, "Oh boy, me Mutahar here, and I actually just got scammed by Mr. Beast. Yeah, I went in my comment section and Mr. Beast said that I was going to get a $50 gift card giveaway. So I fired up my VPN, gave them my social security number, and lo and behold, I lost all my money."
A couple of
It's like, yeah, I know, it's as advertised. Like, that's what...
clicks, leading children, leading anybody off onto Discord platforms, and then through Discord, pipelining them into a clear web, disgusting website where the most illegal material is being openly shared. Now again, I'm just going to say for the record, I haven't opened up any of their image threads, but being that they're so brazenly talking about it, I have no reason not to believe that illegal stuff is being shared.
So he's saying here that none of the pictures that were censor barred were illegal materials. He just navigated all the way through the rabbit hole and somehow evaded all of the illegal material that was there. Again, it's okay, sure.
But the fact that it's being done so openly...
So good. I'm glad that Mutahar didn't commit a crime in the making of this video. Probably. I don't know, but it's extremely fucking stupid to post like a video tutorial.
And, you know, they're just trying to get people...
Yeah, at least I can find solace in the fact that Mutahar wasn't so fucking stupid. But wait, no, hold on. What is he filing police reports for? Wait, what? Hold on. So he didn't see anything, but he filed multiple police reports, I guess, or something, or sent stuff to the FBI or something. So I guess he just clicked the link and then submitted the link and then jumped in and submitted another link, and he's saying all this depraved material, but simultaneously he never even saw any of it, just in case maybe. No, he said that he saw depraved material, but then he didn't see the links, like he never saw anything
to jump onto it. And you know, it'd be one thing if this was in the darkest corner of the internet, but the fact that these people are pipelining individuals from YouTube and other large social networks, that needs to stop. You know,
the all pedo pipeline needs to be stopped. Dude.
And I really, you know, with all the AI shit that YouTube has been pushing and stuff lately,
dude, the AI thumbnails from Mr. Beast have a really dark fucking future.
I really wish some extra effort is put towards stopping this specific behavior.
Yeah, sure.
Because I'll be real, man, like YouTube is not a job for me, but you know, it's a hobby. And I think the worst part about my hobby is not like, you know, oh, I got to record a video or edit the video or do something boring in the process of making a video. No, it's the fact that I have to basically full-time job the moderation sometimes. And I have to try. And no matter how much you whack-a-mole against it, these people keep surviving.
Nicholas!
And keep posting. You might be like,
Thank
you talking about this probably makes the situation worse or maybe makes you a target. And at the end of the day, look, that's still no excuse. I think most people don't know how bad the situation is.
I feel like most of them do. It's a big guy who wrote a link saying fucking blank blank is in this Discord link. I feel like its descriptor kind of tells you what's in there. I don't know. I feel like to click on a link like that, you either have to be retarded, like Mutahar in this case, or you have to be a pedophile. I don't think there's anybody accidentally clicking unless they thought the Daisy thing was a new Mario character gameplay loop or something. Wow, dude, Mario Kart World is crazy. Hoo boy, me Mutahar here, and this has nothing to do with Nintendo. You can literally set automod on YouTube to auto block links and comments. I mean, you can do that, but then they'll try to evade it. Yeah, button out, Nicholas. Is that, I don't know. There's never a situation where normal people would click on CP links. Yeah, I feel like that's the case. Unless they like mask them in a way where it's like intentionally, but these people are just posting plainly, like this is what it is, you know? They're not even trying to hide it. I don't know why does it need a deep dive investigation on an account that says it? Worst case scenario, well, I guess the best case scenario is they're lying. But like, wouldn't you want to ban those chatters anyway? And ban those comments regardless, even if it's not accurate? I don't know. This is just... And then most of these are like, YouTube would rather push ad block than doing anything to stop the bots. Oh, God. YouTube has a bot problem. YouTube is a bot problem. YouTube is a bot problem. But this is why the video is stupid. And why didn't this not happen in 2025? Hey, at least they're using ad blocker, right, guys? It's all about ads. This is literally all about fucking ads. That's crazy. God forbid... Oh, my God. I actually can't. I can't. Okay. If YouTube doesn't take these and other bots down, I smell a class action lawsuit. Oh, dude, we should have one of those fucking law tubers write it up, dude. YouTube bot spam, also YouTube ad blockers are a problem. Dude, these people clicked on a video about a CP problem and they're like, but YouTube won't let me use ad blocker and I won't pay for premium. Like, their biggest takeaway is that they're inconvenienced. They have to get like a new ad blocker every 2 weeks because they're trying to get smited out of the air. Dude, I fucking hate some of these. I hate normie YouTube viewers. Holy shit, dude. What the fuck? Anyways, that was our fucking palate cleanser. I hope your palate feels fucking cleansed, dude. I hope you're cleansed, my guy. I hope you're feeling pretty cleansed right now. Are we feeling cleansed, chat? YouTube Premium is the best. I haven't seen an ad in years. I mean, I pay for it because I'm a fucking YouTuber and it's a tax write-off for me, so I don't know. I don't know if I would recommend it for an individual, especially after they keep raising the price, but for Nicholas DeOrio, it's ideal, yeah. I missed Dad's segment now. Scroll back, you just missed it. It's here.
No way!
Thank you!
There's a KFC in Yemen!
Farming D2 Dungeons RN. Nick Kelly used to be an avid Mutahar consumer, but since the Nux fallout he keeps tripping again and again.
I feel like Mutahar wouldn't have made this video a year ago. I mean, like, you have to go back and you have to play the videos where he's like hard lecturing Mama Max. It's not a one-to-one. People will tell you it's a one-to-one. It's not a one-to-one, right? But he's just sitting here
Nicholas DeOrio's
and saying shit. Where is this? Mudahar's coming from. He comes crawling back. Mama Max is coming from the aftermath of the Mama Max situation, and he just starts lecturing people on fucking. Let me see, law, proper channels. No, oh, I don't have the thing open. You're not even gonna find it. Thank you guys for hitting the goal. You guys are another goal.
Nicholas, the goat. Thank you for the $5, my man.
Proper. There we go. Not that one. Offset.
Discord server come out after the video that I produced had come out.
No, that's not it. Bullshit. Evidence. Cult leaders' names. Police, maybe? I don't know. I had the clip yesterday and I can't find it. Was it like around
apparently
here?
Belong to platform him on my channel or the Some Ordinary podcast. If the mega is taken, and it's not because there's somebody magical sitting behind a computer day in and day out looking through illegal material. It's not like there is a massive server somewhere where illegal image.
Dude, Mutahar was like, I could be that guy though. Like,
mylol.apk.
This isn't the clip I wanted. It's just funny.
Now, the reason why this is a massive red flag to me is, as somebody that's covered situations like Trafficking Hub, I've explained to you guys time and time again how image platforms, video sharing platforms actually calculate illegal material on the internet. And it's not because there's somebody magical sitting behind a computer day in and day out looking through illegal material.
Mutahar was like,
Hey,
I could
Nick,
be that
just
guy.
lost my V card in the back of my car.
Congrats!
What did I miss in the stream?
Thank you, Carl Weezer69. We did an interview, and Mutahar is being odd.
It's not like there is a massive server somewhere where illegal images are stored in their original files. No, in most cases, illegal information is stored in hashes. Though
it's like but he comes off as like super knowledgeable here, so I don't know why he would like dive into a server like that.
The MEC or Interpol. In fact, I'll let Mega explain how this works. In 2022, Mega commenced an investigation. You gotta do everything by the goddamn book. The fact that you even have people on your team that are getting law enforcement to investigate you over illegally acquired.
That was what happened with Mama Max. But
Bound to see it any.
I don't know. He spends a whole lot of grandstanding about it, and then he makes a willy-nilly video like that. It rubs me the wrong way. I don't know if it's the worst thing that I've ever seen in my life, but it just seems like a fucking stupid decision on his part to go post something like that. I saw like a Reddit thread that was like way harsher on him, and it had like no views yet. And I was like, there's no way Mutahar did that. And I'm like, well, you know, in a roundabout way, he kind of did, you know? Open link. It was like, isn't what Mutahar doing illegal? I've been wondering for a while. Actually, can I just find this thread right now? I'd rather see what people wrote about it. Isn't what Mutahar... Then we're going to move on to the next segment because this palette cleanser is going on for too long. Mutahar is doing illegal. Boom. All right. Hot. No, that's not. Oh, I spelled Mutahar wrong. Mutahar. Search by hot. No. All right, let me check the Some Ordinary Gamer subreddit because I just saw this. Unless it was deleted. Apparently he got a video taken down today. I don't know what this is for. It said like, this video is unavailable. I could get a ban for this video. I don't know what this is. It was about people circumventing YouTube's nudity guidelines. Why would you make a video? Okay, whatever. Whatever. Why would you risk that? That seems stupid. Illegal. But it's not as stupid as this. Search by hot. Search by new. Yeah, here it is. This got like 0 upvotes, and I was just kind of shocked when I saw it. It's I've been wondering this for a while. I can't see my screen. I'm wondering for a while. I don't really watch this guy anymore, but I saw his video about comment bots. While I respect the intention, I can't help but think this is illegal. From my knowledge, Mutahar directly accessed Discord groups knowing there was likely CSAM, reported it, but I don't think that affects the legality, and still continue to go down the rabbit hole into a forum to find even more of it. I understand the intention behind it, I respect what he's doing, but knowingly accessing it and viewing it and then continuing to go to the rabbit hole to dedicated forums is surely illegal, right? Even if he did report it, he still unknowingly accessed it. I'm confused with the legality of what he's doing. And then somebody wrote, like, how do you think people are supposed to report that kind of thing if they can't see it? Police and law enforcement agencies like the FBI wouldn't be able to view it and make sure it's illegal material in the first place. But like Mutahar would be the first one to tell you that law enforcement uses like CSAM hashes to identify illegal material. But like even then, people aren't supposed to go out and report this material. They're supposed to report it when they find it. You're not supposed to be like the hunter and just start investigating web forums with the intention of finding CP. Now, obviously, it's a different context than someone who's willingly looking it out for a different reason, and obviously they should be treated differently. But, like, yeah, the intention is you're supposed to report stuff like that when you stumble upon it, not, like, actively go, I've heard it's here, let's sniff it out, you know? It could be fake. I've heard stories online, but how do you can't know if it's fake. And they, where American reported it to the FBI and getting arrested when they went through every device they ever touched. I think the charges were dropped, but I'm pretty sure in America it's illegal. Of course, Mutahar is in America. It's pretty common worry when dealing with this sort of thing. A lot of people are worried when they report something to the police that they can get implicated for it too. But I'm an American, and I'm not sure they can actually be arrested for it. Okay, well... yeah, because you can't be arrested for accidentally stumbling onto it, but this wasn't accidental. This was potentially on purpose if he actually did run into it, which he obviously says he didn't, but I don't know if I believe him. He jumped into a server that's literally fucking CP server. There's a difference between accidentally landing on such things and clicking on a link. I think that's what the OP means. Yeah. They got special permission. They're literally the law itself. Mutahar is like a vigilante. Yeah, this is how I view it. I could be wrong, but I don't think that's how that he works for the police on this, and I'm not saying that what he does is morally wrong. I think it's actually a super noble thing to do, but purely legal. Surely knowing access CSAM material on purpose is illegal no matter the intention. And then, yeah, I think OP's wondering why like he would go out of his way to dig deeper on Discord channels to confirm it when he can just report the link saying it's CP. Because I guess he wanted to make a video out of it. I don't really understand it myself. Figure it really depends. For one, in Canada, I have no idea what the laws are. And others, popular hackers have been hacking CSAM sites and reporting the logs, and they never get arrested. It comes down to whether he can expect CSAM to be there and the bots are commenting it, so it could easily lie to try to get pedos there to hack them. But, like, why would you click something under the assumption that they're lying about child porn to expose them for fucking faking it? What's the incentive? Wait, why? Oh, haha, you said there'd be CP here. I've got you. You're a dirty, dirty liar. It's like, oh, the best case scenario is that they're lying to people about CP. Don't click the link. It could generate incredulous traffic for various other reasons, some illegal, some not. I think it's technically illegal, but no cop or judge is going to do something. Oh, okay. I thought he said he didn't physically access it, so I guess that's his claim.
I just saw Keffel's
tweet. Oh my god, it's Mutahar.
Nicholas DeOrio.
Oh my god, it's Mutahar. Mutahar's here. Okay, we're getting a response. Mutahar has issued a response.
Bad images. Software like Griffi, Project Vic complies and catalogs everything in a hash so cops can check phones, PCs faster. The hashing systems prevent re-victimization of the subjects in the images.
Okay, I mentioned the video verbatim. I didn't access any illegal material. I didn't open any of the threads that I suspected contained illegal material, just based on the titles of the threads and the names of the Discord server. And this could be true. He blocks out like any image that could possibly be on the screen, like I said earlier, so we don't know if there is illegal CSAM material there. Reporting it is meant taking the URLs of these pages by right-clicking and copying the hyperlink in a notepad, sending it as a tip in good faith to YouTube and relevant law enforcement. I never in my history of investigating viewed anything that is illegal.
The
that is
dad
why
interview went off the rails, I see.
Well, I thought it went fine. It's why I said I can't even confirm something. I haven't opened a thread to see it. I'll leave that for the law enforcement officer to do. And it's just like, I don't necessarily, like, believe that, but if it's true and you jumped in a server filled with child porn, what would you have done if you actually had seen it? You're seeking it out. You've actually seen it. It sounds like Mutahar just got extremely lucky here when he was doing something extremely stupid, if we take him at his word, right? And again, he doesn't know that when he opens this link, it's going to take him directly to threads, right? Like, he doesn't know that, like, the threads aren't going to have these photos literally everywhere on the front page. He doesn't know any of this information. He's lying. He could be lying. He could be telling the truth. But if he's telling the truth, it feels more accidental than anything. Yeah. This is a very gray answer. Yeah, this is a very cover my bases answer. I just don't think that's accurate. Also, you have to be careful when you say, and again, he can't come out here and say, yeah, I saw one image and I reported it, because then it's like him confessing too. So it's not really necessarily a good thing either. So I have no idea. But ultimately, I don't know. I just think this is really stupid. I think it's probably retarded to make a video like this. I think it's really fucking stupid to engage with links like this. And if Mutahar didn't commit a crime, I think he's lucky. Yeah.
I recommend watching
Nicholas if Mutahar didn't commit a crime, it's not through lack of trying.
Wait, is this not part of the interview? My bad, I thought you just randomly started talking to him about CP drama.
Yeah, like, that's what I'm saying, dude. It's like, if he didn't commit a crime here by looking at something illegal, he's very lucky, because that could have happened. You should, like, never do this again. Like, that's insane to me. So good luck to Mutahar in the future. I pray you never do anything like this again. Okay? Good luck. Yeah, I don't know. You don't get it. He was looking for cyberpunk. Well, if there's one thing that if there's one thing that Mutahar respects, it's cyberpunk. All the content on the disc.
Hi, Future Nick here again, and I remembered my Wiggler this time. So I just wanted to give you a bit more, I guess, of my position now that Mutahar has responded. Like I said earlier, YouTube actually did reach out to Mutahar. Now, all it seemingly was to let you know, hey, Mutahar, I know that your video is, like, super important, but this is obviously not something that we want kids to see, so we're age restricting it. And then Mutahar's like, wow, that's great. I can give you more content if you want. I'd love to help you. And they're like, yeah, please just send it our way. And that's, like, all we've seen. But ultimately, I just wanted to point out that, like, that's more outreach than I expected. I don't necessarily believe that YouTube has just been doing nothing about this the entire time, and that Mutahar has just, like, shown them the way that it existed. I imagine this is something that's been on their radar, but obviously I don't know that for a matter of fact.
Now, when I made that video, one thing that I have to kind of clarify is, obviously, even somebody on a Reddit came in and was like, are you doing anything illegal by going down these rabbit holes? And I have to just straight up say, in my entire career on YouTube, I have never, even accidentally come across, illegal material on the internet. Generally speaking, you don't have to view anything illegal to report it. In fact, it's better you don't do that because you don't want to be, consuming any of this kind of content. You don't want to be saving it to your computer, God forbid, just for the purposes of uploading it for a report tool. You can just provide relevant law enforcement agencies or even like YouTube just a link, which is precisely what I did with this letter that they sent me.
To that, I'd say that you can do that by itself. If you're not trying to send it to law enforcement and you're talking specifically about YouTube, you could just report the comment. You don't have to get on a virtual machine. You don't have to put on any protection you possibly have. Dive headfirst into a rabbit hole that you can't possibly know what you're going to see when you get there. Right? And then send those links to YouTube. You don't have to create like a tutorial video for your audience as to how to find this stuff and like document your own near exposure. Just because you didn't see anything and everything was neatly in links doesn't necessarily mean that's how all of these servers operate. You could join one of these servers and then unknowingly to you, you're immediately greeted with material that is illegal. Well, what do you do then? You're not seeking it out, but you're also kind of jumping into the deep end where it might literally just be.
Where, again, it's people immediately jumping into the most popular videos or a trending video on YouTube and trying to guide, anybody off platform, whether it be through a link in their profile pages or a link sneakily, placed into a comment bot, whether they use, specific Unicode style attacks to circumvent YouTube's automated AI like checking. These are all things that as soon as they're happening, like in a popular comment section, and the friction of accessing illegal stuff has basically been reduced down to a few clicks, that's when it's actually really, really scary.
I fully agree. That's why I think the recommended action that someone should take who is influencing their audience through a lazy OBS recording video would be to report first, ask questions later. If you're reporting a comment that you think might have child abuse material or something else illegal, animal, whatever, I don't know, and it doesn't have that, well, no harm, no foul. If it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, it's probably a duck. If the account is saying that's what's here, or implying that's what's here, I don't think you need to thoroughly investigate it. And regardless, I think that it's kind of just stupid to make a tutorial style video like this and kind of document your findings, especially when there's such a huge problem right now with like vigilante pedo hunters and people who are ignorant putting themselves in extremely stupid positions. But Mutahar would agree with that because this is what he has to say further.
I always want to say when you're investigating this kind of stuff, you never want to go too deep into the rabbit hole. You just want to talk about the stuff from a, logical perspective. You want to report any link you can, report the names of any groups you can to law enforcement agencies, or specifically the platform like YouTube in this instance where you see it being offended. Because generally speaking, you don't want to ruin an investigation. You don't want to be the internet vigilante that ultimately ruins the entire case down the road for when these people eventually do get the feds showing up at their door to stop them.
So ultimately, yeah, I think that this kind of quells some of my issues I had with the video. And yeah, I did come in hot a little bit when I was covering it, but it also kind of leaves a lot open. I don't really understand why you would make a video like this is like your run-of-the-mill daily commentary slop video. Like if you're really serious about talking about a subject like this, I feel like this would be one of those videos where Mutahar would want to go more in depth and be a bit more careful with verbiage and stuff. And if his whole thing is taking it directly to YouTube, like he said, then I don't necessarily understand the reasoning for delving 2 layers deeper to find out more information. But yeah, I'm glad he didn't click on anything illegal, and I'll take his word for it because I have no reason to believe that he'd lie about that. But if one of your audience members try this themselves, maybe they won't be so lucky. And then, boom, they might be exposed to illegal material. I'm glad that he made this video and cleared this up for those audience members who might be extremely stupid and try to replicate what he did. I also briefly covered Mutahar's new video. Are you guys familiar with Mutahar's new video? We saw this the other day. It was 2 days ago. He uploaded it at midnight while I was live during the COVID stream. And he was announcing that he will no longer be making YouTube drama content. It's the first time in history, folks, I think he's ever made this video.
Hello, guys and gals, me Mutahar, and
he didn't say his iconic catchphrase, "Who boy, me Mutahar." I gotta talk about iconic catchphrases, too.
Ladies and gentlemen, I got some late night thoughts. You ever try to fall asleep and insomnia kind of flashbangs you?
This guy literally was calling out Vadim, bro. It's a shame. It's a shame!
And you're just completely awake? Well, that's where we're at. Thank God God, no sleep paralysis. Now, I wanted to kind of talk about some stuff here. You know, I just want.
And if you're thinking that this video sounds eerily similar to like the last 72 times this guy's quit drama, so yeah, he did do that. He did kind of quit drama again. Anyway, the next day he uploaded a new video going over like a T app, I guess. I'm assuming this is the replacement to the T app, wherever. And then he just started covering Chris Hansen. This whole video is like, hey guys, I'm fucking cringe and I'm retiring. He says, wait, where did he say retiring? He's got a couple, yeah.
Like a couple of years.
He's basically, the moral of the story here is all the videos that are coming from now on are just what I really wanted to post, like the high effort stuff. I'm okay with losing out on views because I'm probably only going to do this for another 2 more years and then I'm going to pack it up and go, right?
I really have just been thinking of retiring. Like, I really have just been thinking of like getting out of this and sort of like doing something else with life. And sometimes life brings in...
And then he comes back and he just posts the same videos for like the next 2 days. I don't understand it, chat. I don't get it. I am so fucking confused at what is happening in Mutahar land. Mutahardy har har har. I'm having my little laugh. Does this make any... Maybe it's because he already had these queued up. That's my most charitable interpretation of this. But somebody on his own subreddit said that it looks like drama content calls to him like the Green Goblin mask, and I can't unsee it. Where Mutahar is just like, I'm gonna be making some deep web content, and it's like, no, coward! You're afraid of who you truly are! And he's like, no, leave me alone. Nobody wants to see Linux. Make a new video on the Rizzler. The webs are stored in the balls. Yo, me Mutahar here. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, there wasn't really much here. It was just like, oh, you have to watch this because a new video dropped, and it might be related. Funny enough, this subject is actually like worth mentioning. And holy shit, dude, this guy got the new policy change and was like, fuck it, dude. 00 swastika. That's fine.
Nick just started insulting
holy shit, dude. What the fuck? I'm sorry, I didn't click this ahead. I didn't know that was coming, dude. Dude, YouTube is like, hey, we're actually not going to demonetize you for cursing in the first 7 seconds of the videos anymore. And then he opens newest video, sees a Roblox Klansman and people heiling Hitler. Awesome, dude. I don't know if they changed that policy, but whatever. If this is green, that's good news. Well, we won't find out because he doesn't like us, but that would be very... Dude, what the fuck, dude? Oh man, dude, this is so funny. Did you guys know that August 13th, today, is the official YouTube boycott? I don't know. Do you guys know we're scabbing? It's not just me, it's you, bro. It's fucking 7 o'clock at night. If you've been watching YouTube, you're a scab. I hate to tell you. It was decided by r/YouTube that there'd be a full and complete shutdown of YouTube until we could figure out what's going on with this age verification. I was completely unaware. I think this is really funny. Are you ready? I've been watching all day. Well, you're fucked. I guess you're a scab now. I've been reading this off and on. It's like my guilty pleasure to go through because it's every post is the same post. There is no moderation, I don't think, in the YouTube subreddit. This is like not YouTube drama. It's not the one we typically hang out in. This is just like general YouTube stuff, and it's been unusable for the better part of like 4 years. The majority of posts on this subreddit are all like, hey, just to be clear, I was sent this ad of pornography with big flapping titties on my feed, and I don't know why it's here. And what they don't realize is a lot of these people... Now, I'm sure you get some weird ads too, right? I'm sure you're a weird ad chatter dude, right? But like, Google sends ads that are targeted to people who look at certain stuff. So like, a lot of these people are just posting like, why are all my ads fucking porn, dude? Why are they all porn, bro? And it's because like they're gooners. Yeah, I'll get to the sick thing in a minute. That's besides the point. I'm gonna do the opening monologue first. But yeah, I mean, it's just like, a lot of them just post like, hey, I'm like hyper porn addicted. And the way that I've chosen to tell you this cool information
is by showing you the ads that I got on YouTube. It's very funny. I mean, I laugh at it when it happens. Ultimately, there is a problem. There isn't like there's seemingly a hole that people are constantly abusing because YouTube is ready to accept any and every advertisement that is offered to their site for a short period of time. I imagine these things are removed, right? Like, that's how the reporting process works. Somebody has to view it. But usually when people see the worst ad possible, the first thing they do is come here. And there's really no moderation. It's all the same post over and over and over and over and over and over again. But now their current thing is talking about the boycott or removing the anonymity of YouTube and stuff. So it's like, oh, I identified as under 18, and I immediately got like, what is this? Is this supposed to? This is a sexual ad, I imagine. This appears to be a sexual ad. I was talking about the pyro stuff today too, and I'll briefly give you my opening opinion on that as this thing progresses. There's no pirate segment on the docket tonight, but I'll talk about that too a little bit, even though I haven't even looked at the document yet, and I don't plan to. But yeah, this is the age verification thing. Welcome. Today is August 13th. If you live in any locations that are, or is this site-wide? This might be a site-wide change. I don't remember. For me, it doesn't affect me. I'm not affected by this policy change because to make money on YouTube, you've already had to give your government ID. I think almost every YouTuber that you interact with has probably already given their government ID. So we're already in the system. This is new for you guys, right? We talked about it. It sucks. You're losing your internet anonymity or whatever. Most of you guys don't realize all your shit's been leaked for like 10 years, but it's like doxing, right? Just because your shit's on the internet doesn't mean it's cool and they have to give back to them right now in current day. It doesn't make it fun to do, obviously, so I understand that circumstance there. But I do think it's kind of a symptom to the fact that people have been lying about all of their shit for like decades. Like every person just said, I'm 18 when they created an account. And now there are tons of children being served ads on accounts that are believed to be adults, to the point where when YouTubers try to show their channel demographic reports, it's giving information that everyone just assumes is fake. There is such a widespread lying problem when it comes to the age of new accounts and new users that people just kind of assume that your creator demographics are just wrong. That's probably not good for a company that had to pay out big time over targeted ads being served to children. I imagine they've always been looking to try to fix this, and now they believe that AI is their solution that can probably plug this hole up. But ultimately, I think this was always coming. It really sucks that it's here. I'm not super stoked about it. It is funny to I saw this one. I don't think this is real. I was going to pull this up and talk about it and laugh and brag, but I don't think this is real. I think this is just the system for advanced features. I don't remember this. I haven't done this in a really long time, but can you just take a 6-second video of yourself and evade giving them your government ID? Is that real? If that's real, I feel like this is a bit overblown.
Nicholas, the GOAT. I appreciate that.
Right? To my YouTube peers and the people that I'm friends with, I thoroughly recommend YouTube Premium. To you guys, probably not. Unless you really need the ability to listen to YouTube when you're not using the application directly and opening it. That's cool, but I don't know if I'd pay that much money to get that. I'm sure you could find another way to do it.
B fact number 70: bees can detect different tastes with
Thank
their
you.
feet, just like Chat's mother.
So yeah, Premium I wouldn't recommend to you, but for me it has endless value. But yeah, if this is the case, I don't think this is the case, but if this is the case, a 6-second video is probably a better alternative. Not that I'm pretty sure everyone just wants the site to work, but it's like YouTube one morning after existing for 20 years. I got to add age verification. It's like, this is a 3,000 upvoted post. Surely someone realizes why they're doing this. It's not just to spite their like 17-year-old channel viewers. Right? This is why parents should step up and not the government. I agree. But the parents aren't the ones handing out the fines. It's the government. You lost. The battle's over. You know, I mean, that's not the people who fine the company. They really ought to do that. That seems like an argument that YouTube really should employ in some capacity. But ultimately, the parents aren't the ones who are going to cause them to lose a lot of money. I don't know. It's unfortunately that we are governed entities, I guess. Right? Is it the responsibility of parents to know what their kids are? Oh, yeah, I mean, I get it. Like, I get this. And it's just like, I'm more annoyed about the spam. They think the problem, it's like, well, it's like the thing, right? The real issue here is the spam on the subreddit. And like, well, no, I think it's actually the age verification thing destroying YouTube. And it's like, all right, true. Perhaps I treated you too harshly. I think Susan Wojcicki is one of the most overhated CEOs of all time in some capacity as well. But I don't think the internet is ready to hear that story. Somebody's going to make $1 million documentary on how Susan Wojcicki was like the scapegoat of so much bullshit in the last 10 years. Rip Susan. Dude, Susan's ghost is looking down at us right now, smiling.
What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
The bees will be rain for 3,000 years.
Where is this? Like, but every post here is like, oh, dude, I can't. We still boycotting YouTube tomorrow? We are? Shit. It's already the 13th and I've been playing it the entire time. Oh no. They're prepared to drop users tomorrow anyway due to underage people being restricted. They're not gonna. That's another thing. Like, they're expecting their numbers to be down. They probably don't even know you boycotted. That's the fun part. I don't know. I hope you guys realize that I'm not just sitting here being like, big tech having your government ID is good. I just think it's funny, like, when you boycott anything like YouTube, you're a blip on the map. Dude, I'm sorry. The Spanish people don't even know it. They don't even know this thing is happening right now. When you leave the language, bro, they don't even know this boycott is going on. Dude, every time I think of boycotting, I think of, like, Boogie and Review Tech USA saying it's time to stop pre-ordering video games. And I'm wondering, 10 years later, do you think we fixed video games, guys? Have we done it? Listen, vote with your wallet. Have we fixed them yet? Has gaming gotten better?
On Nicholas DeOrio.
Keffels appreciated the shout.
Dude, what about the Reddit
if
one?
Susan Wojcicki were still here, I would travel to California to apologize in person for all my YouTube comments blaming her.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, if you're hearing the voice, I apologize. I'm sick. I was wondering if I was going to just not stream today, but I think that would kind of throw everything else out of whack. So I'm going to go for it. I'm going to do it. If I feel like I can't do it, I'm going to stop. This is not second puberty. My voice has not changed. I'm not pirate software. And I'm not stoned.
Nicholas the
I'm
Goat,
sick.
thank you for the $5, my man.
This might be good for some of you. This might be bad. I don't know. I have no idea how this is being I don't even know what I sound like right now, but I apparently don't. Apparently I am very vocally ill is what I'm being told in the chat right now. So that's cool. Nick is making his voice deeper. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I sound based or blazed. I don't know. You have COVID, clearly. I don't know what unironically, I probably don't have COVID, but I don't know, actually. I didn't think of that until you said it right there and then. Dude, I'm Dejiing out right now. Yeah, I have Deji's COVID. Wait, where is this, dude? Deji. Dude, this is how I showed up to work today. Work being the stream, obviously. This is how I showed up to work today, dude.
Hey guys, it's Deji. I'm making this video not to alarm you or worry you, but I'm not sure if I have COVID-19.
I recommend watching Nicholas DeOrio's latest video.
She was sick. She's fine now. She was sick. Like, she would...
Nah, it's just mostly there's, like, shit in my throat. Not, like, actual poo, obviously. That'd be crazy.
Nick just started insulting me viciously on Twitter.
And that's just kind of knocking... And then I just kind of feel like shit in general. Just, like, awful. A lot of shit going on here, but there's no shit-related symptom, to be clear. But yeah, no, I don't know. I have no idea. It's probably a cold. I don't get sick often. This kind of sucks, but whatever. I got poo. Dude, I got pooed out, bro. Gross. Dude, I got giardia.
Can I say something to you, Nick? I really like
Dude, I was staying at Ethan Klein's apartment, and all of a sudden, dude, I got giardia, dude. It's crazy. Yeah, do not touch the poo. True. I don't know why every word I used to describe that was shit with no shit-related symptom, but that's amazing. Okay. But Chris Hansen is coming back again, and for the people who weren't here during the commentary arc 5 years ago, this is not good news.
You may have heard that my streaming crime network, True Blue, and I are
Nick just
investigating.
started insulting me viciously on Twitter.
Getting the
Bee
exploitation.
fact number 419. Did you know that bees can get viruses just like us?
Chat, if you
One
were...
such virus is called the Black Queen Cell
Oh,
virus.
God.
is not as sexy as it sounds. It can decimate the honey production and kill queen bee larvae.
Not many people can say that Chris Hansen made a commentary on them, and they walked away looking like the good guy. All right, but your streamer right now, he's one of those fucking people. That's fucking me. I did that. Chris Hansen made a whole live stream about how we were mean to him and re-victimized women or something like that. You guys, if you missed this commentary arc, you missed a lot, like a really fun time. A lot of you guys were on the front lines. A lot of you guys think I'm fucking psychotic because you don't know what I'm talking about right now. But commentary versus Chris Hansen was like a really good time in YouTube history.
You may have heard that my streaming crime network, True Blue, and I are investigating the exploitation of children on the popular gaming platform Roblox.
Dude, Taylor Lorenz has some competition, dude. Dude, Taylor Lorenz's fucking victims are about to get poached.
It's absolutely.
They're gonna be on the Discovery Network, bro.
True, and we're deep into it. I've already interviewed law enforcement investigators and victims of this.
Dude, this motherfucker's gonna be like, groomers have been seen around Tomato Town recently. By the way, use code DeOrio in the Fortnite item shop if you want to buy the new Power Ranger skins. Let's go!
And we have some.
Oh, thank you, Camden Gerard. Oh, I don't know. I saw Camden Gerard Davis. Thought he donated. Thank you.
Collaborators, some people who've been working in this space, including Schlepp, who have committed to help us in this endeavor.
Dude, Schlapp is all in, bro. I gotta show you some of what I'm talking about, because it does kind of sound psychotic to criticize Chris Hansen if you don't know that the true Chris Hansen actually died when his show was canceled, and this fucking... It's like Eminem. You know how when Eminem was replaced with a clone? Chris Hansen was replaced with a clone.
Roblox actually say anything about it? Will it make any changes? We're going to do our best to hold them accountable. Stay tuned. We're working hard on this project.
So Chris Hansen, for just a little brief intro tidbit, I'm not going to hold us here too long. We're going to get to the stream inevitably. But Chris motherfucking Hansen started making content. I just searched up. I can't find my channel. Okay, I got my channel. There it is. So Chris Hansen, when he got arrested and stuff and he had like money problems, he just started taking every story he could possibly take, every single sponsorship he could possibly take. And if you're thinking like the worst sponsorship that you can take is the Raid Shadow Legends or like, I don't know, BetterHelp. Yeah, Chris Hansen did a little bit worse than that. Let me take a look here. So initially he was just doing Cameo and you could get him to say anything ever about anyone at any point at any time. And he would just repeat it. Even if it was literally just like not supposed to be an ad, but you wanted to make it an ad, he would just read it.
I'm gonna need everyone to have a seat because Honey Milk has finally created an OnlyFans.
Imagine being able to just give this guy $25 and he'll just make this.
Daily uploads and direct communication. That's onlyfans.com/hun3yxmilk.
Okay, literally, this guy was like he was like a 25-cent shout-out prostitute. Which, by the way, is even more hilarious when you realize he wasn't even sure what the website was, as he thought it was a streaming service porn channel in one of his Twitter altercations. I think since then, they've added streaming to the site. They didn't offer streaming, or if they did, it wasn't prevalent at that point. In high school?
Very.
Shouted out the oh god, okay, alright. So he didn't know why this one was bad. This was a troll. Epstein pilot program for children in high school?
Very cool, son. Congratulations. I hear you've gotten into the Epstein pilot program before even finishing high school.
Oh god, dude. It was fun to fuck with this guy. It was kind of fun to fuck with him.
Tremendous.
Alright. Dude, then there was one, right? So I was fighting with Shiloh. If you don't know who Shiloh is, she's the Onision victim that was inside of the Discovery documentary that Chris Hansen was a part of. If you haven't watched it, I recommend you don't. It's not good. Stephen Asarch is in it, and that tells you all you need to know. But regardless, there was an Onision documentary that was being made. At the time, he was funneling hundreds of thousands of views. Entire careers were created off of this drama where everyone kind of huddled around like morons and watched this stuff, right? And I was fighting with Shiloh, who's calling me a doxing harasser, so I paid Chris Hansen to defend me, and who was working with her at the time, and it just didn't click.
YouTuber.
Never mind the fact that I paid him to make that just to throw it on, including your detractors for just $50.
I'd like to give a big shout out to Nicholas DeOrio.
This was like a very public controversy, and Shiloh and me were literally fighting right on the Twitter timeline. Like it would be like impossible for him to not have known this was happening. Detractors for just $50.
I'd like to give a big shout out to Nicholas DeOrio. He's a great YouTuber.
Never mind the fact that I paid him to make that just to throw it in Shiloh's face, who is, by the way, one of the alleged victims he's representing. So then it got a little bit worse, where like the federal government had to step in.
It appears to be the best phone out right now. I've been looking at the transcripts. So have a seat, check it out.
Oh, I'm sorry, we were a little far back, yeah.
Florida Predator.
A certain cell phone?
Hey guys, Chris Hansen here of Hansen vs. Predators, and to catch a predator, I just wanted to tell you all that I've seen this amazing new smartphone called the Escobar Fold 2. It appears to be the best phone out right now. I've been looking at it.
Yes, this is him partnering with Pablo Escobar's estate through a cameo to promote a phone that was seized by the FBI.
Transcripts. So have a seat.
From Marquez Brownlee's studio.
Check it out. And remember, I'll be watching.
Yes. Like that was a thing that happened as well. But then people were asking, well, like, Nick, he's been tricked here. This isn't really that bad. So then he got involved with a guy from, this is like a CoffeeZilla video, but like CoffeeZilla could have been making content about this at the time probably, but this next one is a little bit more egregious. About Scam Report.
Cyber grifters and others like them lurk in every dark corner of the web. The good news
I found one.
Is with a little healthy skepticism, they're easy to avoid. If you learn how to spot the warning signs of a scammer.
You have to do your research, no matter what. I personally believe it starts with knowing who you're working for.
So what exactly is Scam Report? What is... At $1, it's Gold Dust Loot, Work at Home Secrets, and Internet Jet Set by John Cristani, by the way, known scammer. Is that video titled, At $1, it's Gold Dust Loot, Working at Home Secrets, and Internet Jet Set by John Cristani? And why is Chris Hansen endorsing it publicly in person? Well, there were 2 episodes released, and if you haven't heard of it, I believe you, because each one only has about 200 views. What this quote-unquote show appears to be is Chris Hansen explaining how easy it is to get caught in internet scams through things such as crypto and pyramid schemes, while also promoting scams himself. But let's be honest with ourselves. Dude, look at this, bro. Chris Hansen investigates how you can start working from home today without any experience, tech skills, and all you gotta do is you gotta buy my new book right now! Here, this is not a show. If you traverse the colorful website for about 5 seconds, you'll see an episode 2 on screen here, but an interesting 17-second timestamp accompanies it. Why does this page skip to 17 seconds by default? Well, the reason they do this is if you were to scroll back 10 seconds, you'd see that it's a gigantic ad read, marketed as a scam protection documentary. It's paid for by a company called Pendragon Labs. Huh. This wasn't on that first episode we watched on YouTube. What was it that guy John Cristani said?
You have to do your research, no matter what. I personally believe it starts with knowing who you're working for.
Yes, John Cristani, I do my research. That's how I know who he's working for. He's working for you. As your LinkedIn states, you run... It's not an interview, it's just his boss. Pendragon Labs Marketing. In case you've never heard of John Cristani, he's a famous internet... It is! It literally is a CoffeeZilla video. I didn't even fucking connect that. It's some guy who CoffeeZilla exposed who hired Chris Hansen. Grifter, and the subject of many exposed videos on YouTube, in case you hadn't already realized. It's not proto-coffee, it literally is coffee.
I'd like to introduce you to my friend Benjamin, and his friend Benjamin, and his friend Benjamin, and Benjamin, and Benjamin, and Benjamin, and Benjamin. This is what's called 10 racks, as they say in the hood.
Okay, dude, okay, awesome, sick, dude, I love it. That's so cool. I finally have figured them out. Yeah. So, to summarize here, Chris did an ad read for a big money from home scam. That's what they call 10 racks in the hood. Using his name and influence to trick watchers into thinking it was some sort of awareness campaign against cybercrime. Then it redirects you to shady website after shady website that attempt to prevent you from realizing what you just listened to was an ad in itself and promotes internet grift grifter John Crestani's program that is marketed as $1. But is it really $1? It's not $1. It's never $1. When has anything ever been $1? Of fucking course it's not. Once you give them your credit card information on this super shady, crusty JPEG purchase screen where you can't click half the things on the top, it'll be a monthly $40 payment after the first month. But to get to that screen, you need to hit an OK. Yeah, to get this book, it's a temporary subscription of 24 payments.
Nick just started insulting us viciously on Twitter.
Hey button on his I can't, that's insane. Dude, could you, this book better be made in fucking, it better be like pages of gold. That's like actually one of the most insane things I ever heard. And oh, Jesus Christ. Where is this? Where is this? What is the deemed credible thing? Oh, dude, did you ever watch his fucking interview with the crazy drug addict girl who started saying Onision was killing people? And he's just staring at her like fucking like completely locked into the story. And further, with the woman, the Holly interview is one of the fucking greatest pieces of content in history. Who admitted she popped Xanax like they were fucking Tic Tacs before she went on. Oh, that was another thing. It wasn't that we thought she was on drugs. She told us she was. With the woman who admitted she popped. She was like, yeah, dude, I just popped a bunch of Xannies and called Chris Hansen Xanax like they were fucking Tic Tacs before she went on and claimed that Onision killed people.
On the more severe side, I have literally had people starve themselves to death because of Onision.
Look at his fucking face, dude. Look at his fucking face.
And his rhetoric on YouTube.
Now, when you say starve yourself to death, people didn't actually die.
No, they died.
You have cases where somebody died in relation to starvation.
Yep.
Chris Hansen has no integrity. This guy is a joke. And standing by while he... Dude, I'm telling you, this whole thing was so fucking funny. We had a bunch of people come in here. There was some fun stuff that we did. Obviously, I recommend these videos even in current day. They're very interesting. Where was the stuff where he started promoting... We started promoting COVID stuff? The COVID stuff was so good. What is this?
Coronavirus is gripping this country,
He was in the middle of his Onision coverage and he's like, there's one frontier we haven't taken out yet. We have to stop COVID-19. But if you've heard him called something similar, yeah, I need this. I need nano vapor biotech. This, and actually because of one of his more recent streams on a different subject entirely. Chris Hansen is here to tell you about how to be safe during a global pandemic. No, I'm not joking. The Dateline NBC guy who is known for taking down predators is now taking down pathogens.
Good evening and welcome to a very special edition of Have a Seat with Chris Hansen. I'm Chris Hansen, and tonight I don't have to tell you that the coronavirus is gripping this country, this world in a way a pandemic has never gripped it in my lifetime.
Chris Hansen decided to interview a company who claims to have pandemic-ending, bleeding-edge technology. It's a good thing that our retired television host was here to convey this info. I'm just saying, he was going to take money for anything. Not to say this company is... Well, I don't know what they've done since this video, but... Well, they were kind of born yesterday. Like, they set up their website called Chris Hansen, and he filmed them a stream commercial. Information, as it couldn't possibly be a cash grab. You know, at the time of recording, Alright, we're not doing the COVID pandering. The fuck? Okay, that was weird. Nanovapor Oh, Jesus. A virus quickly for up to 70 total days on literally any surface.
Our company, Nanovapor...
Oh, I get it. Bio-Broly, I see what I was doing there. I don't think it's good, but I now understand what was happening.
Biotech has come up with a solution. We have a non-toxic, water-based, no-residue product that can be applied to any surface. And not only does it...
It's been 5 years, okay? I figured out the joke. I'm sorry. I edited it. Dude, we never even finished this trilogy, all right? Maybe one day he'll do a bunch of stupid shit and I can finish the series.
Immediately.
What's the name of the guy? Keemstar Orbiter.
Thank you.
Kill the virus, but incredibly, our research is showing that it will kill the virus that comes.
And this is like, you got to understand where we're at here. This is April 5th, 2020. So we're like, you know, COVID-19 was called COVID-19, but like it was mostly in China by the end of 2019. We got ripped with it like now. I think like still into January, February. I had my moment where I was working at like a job at the time. It's not the same job I'm currently working at, where we had our moment where they said that we had to quarantine someone in the fucking conference room A or something. They're like, we were sitting there, they're like, we're gonna probably start going home next week. Everyone's working on the infrastructure. And then everyone was like running down the hallway. And they were like, there's somebody with COVID in the conference room. They've tested positive. They're asking everyone to leave. It was like the fucking zombie apocalypse. Does anyone have a zombie apocalypse COVID story?
Into contact with that service for up to 70 to 90 days.
70 to 90 days.
And if that sounds too good to be true, well, that's because it probably is. This might just be pessimistic of me to say, but I doubt the people who have found the solution to the ongoing pandemic. So yeah, he did this, and then what else was in here? Yeah. Look at this research they were touting. Nanotech. This is the last thing we'll check out, and we'll get to the actual stream. Well, let's look at their Facebook page because we'll probably get the answers that we're looking up. Notice the one thing on their Facebook page is that they're talking to Chris Hansen. Nanotech. Well, let's look at their Facebook page because we'll probably get the answers that we're looking. Oh shit, it's got 1 like and it looks like it's just been created. Oh well, okay, maybe that's not terrible. Maybe the Twitter. Oh Jesus Christ, they have less than 5 followers. Well, when you check out their website, you can go see their medical paper showcasing their medical research, and what you'll find is some very conclusive stuff. The research by Nanovapor was done on site at private medical clinic. Yes, this product works so well that the clinic that performed the test doesn't even want their fucking name associated with it.
The overwhelming scientific consensus that they were...
And yes, if you're wondering, this is the fucking video that got fucking plagiarized off of me. But yeah, 3 pages, large type font, private medical clinic. That was another thing that happened. Oh, where was the, This is a bit loose, but I understand why people are saying that this sounds like a crackpot infomercial.
But it also has an application to disperse and effectively use antibacterials, antiviral chemicals to kill this virus for 70 to 90 days.
So this is nanotechnology.
I don't think I need to... Okay, I think we get the point. So yeah, this is just a little back stuff on like what Chris Hansen has been up to since he started doing YouTube drama. He kind of fell off for a while.
What's the name of the guy? Keemstar Orbiter, Nick DeOrio. Mr.
What do you think about
Oreo.
Tommy working for Keem again? I have no idea. I just found out with you guys. I thought it was cool he did the re-up episode when Keem wasn't there, so I was gonna watch a little bit of that, and then I passed out completely unconscious, so that was fun. But yeah, I don't really know. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't had really any time to actually look at it. My last 2 days have been essentially sleeping, watching Netflix. I edited 3 videos today, so I didn't run out of content. And then I napped, and now I'm here! Yay! And we're gonna do this until I feel like I can't anymore. And I'm not out of here now.